Welcome to The Explainer. Listen, as a senior industry consultant, I'm really excited to mentor you through what is honestly a massive paradigm shift. We're talking about a transformation that's actively reshaping long-term pharmaceutical facility investments all around the world. We are looking at the end of the batch era and laying out a blueprint for continuous manufacturing.
To really grasp the scale of this shift, picture this. Imagine baking bread back in 1920. You mix your dough, you wait, you bake it, and then you check to see if it's burnt. And if it is, you trash the whole batch and start completely from scratch. Believe it or not, that exact stop-and-go method is literally how we still make most of our pharmaceuticals today. Crazy, right? But that is finally changing.
Okay, here's our game plan for today's Explainer. We're going to start by breaking down the core problems with the old batch method. Then we'll meet continuous manufacturing, dive into real-time quality control, unpack the ICH Q13 global rules, look at a real-world case study, and wrap up with a practical facility transition roadmap. All right, part 1. The problem with batch processing. We need to kick things off by understanding exactly why these traditional methods are creating such massive bottlenecks. Think of traditional batch manufacturing like a massive traffic jam on the interstate. Every single time the production process hits a discrete testing toll booth, the entire line just stops, sometimes for weeks, literally just waiting for lab results. These stop-and-go steps drive up operational costs incredibly high because of all that downtime. And worse, they create severe vulnerabilities in our supply chain, which leads directly to critical drug shortages. So let's look at part 2, meet continuous manufacturing. This is the solution that basically turns that traffic jam into a high-speed carpool lane. Take a look at this. It's a perfect visual of the physical differences we're talking about. On the left, you've got those giant, bulky, disconnected vats that we use in legacy batch setups. But look at the right. Instead of massive holding tanks, you have streamlined loss-in-weight feeders flowing directly into a fully integrated, continuous system. The physical footprint is drastically reduced, which gives us highly efficient end-to-end production. And when you compare the actual metrics here, notice how continuous systems drastically shorten lead times. Plus, instead of those discrete testing intervals where everything literally pauses, continuous manufacturing uses real-time monitoring and control throughout the entire process. Now, as you're mapping out long-term facility investments, this table is going to be your best friend. By transitioning away from those legacy VAT setups over to compact modular equipment, manufacturers unlock incredible speed and flexibility. Instead of being locked into a rigid, fixed lot size, you scale up simply by running that continuous process for a longer runtime.
It's brilliant. Which brings us to part 3, real-time quality control. Now, you might be wondering, how do you actually test a drug's quality when the production line never stops moving?
The secret sauce here is RTD, or residence time distribution. It's a fundamental mathematical model that characterizes exactly how long material spends inside the system. And by understanding this, we can track transient events and maintain steady-state control. That's absolutely crucial because it ensures perfect material traceability without ever having to pause the line. Here is that magic in action. See those points labeled PAT? Those are process analytical technology sensors, and they are continuously monitoring the product in real time. If a disturbance or a defect pops up, the system uses those RTD models we just talked about to pinpoint exactly where the bad material is. Then, it automatically diverts that specific substandard material straight to waste. The defect is isolated instantly, so you completely prevent a batch-wide loss. This is honestly where Industry 4.0 concepts truly shine in pharma. By integrating these real-time sensors and high-frequency automated data, we get a much higher degree of manufacturing precision. This dynamic control completely eliminates those old end product testing delays. We're verifying quality as the product is being made, not weeks later. All right, part 4, unified rules, specifically ICH Q13. Because let's be real, the best technology in the world is totally useless without the regulatory green light. For a long time, regulatory uncertainty really held companies back from adapting this. Enter ICH Q13. This is essentially our global rulebook. It provides a harmonized regulatory framework that aligns pharmaceutical production standards across different countries. By unifying these rules, Q13 dramatically simplifies international trade and accelerates new drug approval timelines globally.
The absolute game changer here is how Q13 fundamentally redefines the concept of a batch. Since we're in a continuous flow, a batch is no longer defined by the size of a giant physical vat. Under Q13, you can define a batch simply as a specific slice of time,
like producing from 8 a.m. to 4 p.m., or a specific mass quantity, or even a campaign window. It gives manufacturers immense operational flexibility. Let's make this concrete. Part 5, the Janssen case study. Let's look at undeniable proof of these concepts in action. When Janssen Pharmaceuticals transitioned their HIV drug Prazista from traditional batch processing over to continuous manufacturing, the results were staggering. They actually reduced the required equipment footprint by an incredible 70%. That is a massive reduction in facility space and overhead. But it's not just floor space. Look at the speed. Janssen slashed their quality testing turnaround from 30 days in their legacy batch system down to just 10 days using continuous flow. By leaning on that real-time monitoring, they massively accelerated their speed to market while keeping product consistency absolutely perfect. And this exact level of efficiency is why pharmaceutical companies and regulatory agencies are prioritizing these smaller, modular factories over those massive legacy sites. Localized facilities strengthen national supply chain security. By reducing our reliance on vulnerable overseas plants, domestic continuous manufacturing lets nations respond incredibly rapidly to unexpected drug shortages. So, how do we actually get there? Part 6, the Facility Transition Roadmap. If you are a newer pharmaceutical engineer or you're advising a firm looking to make the leap, here is your playbook. Step 1. You have to deeply understand your process by integrating quality by design principles. Step 2. Install those real-time PAT sensors we talked about. Step 3, physically connect your upstream and downstream modular equipment for that end-to-end continuous flow. And Step 4, make sure you align your entire control strategy with the ICH Q13 guidelines so your global regulatory filings go smoothly. Ultimately, modernizing to continuous flow production isn't just swapping out old equipment for new gear. As this quote perfectly captures, it's a total transformation. We're unlocking smaller, smarter mini-factories that drastically cut down waste, boost precision through Industry 4.0 automation, and give us incredible global agility. So I want to leave you with this final provocative thought to chew on as you plan your next major engineering projects. The technology is clearly here. The global regulations are fully aligned. As we design the pharmaceutical facilities of tomorrow, can we really afford to stay stuck in the batch era of yesterday? Thank you for joining me for this explainer. Now go out there and build the future of medicine.